This is Jeff Bartholet. I'm with Newsweek magazine. We're here at the Democratic National Convention where Newsweek editors and writers are meeting with senior policy advisors and aides to Senator Barack Obama. We just had a nice chat with former Representative Harold Ford of Tennessee, and he had some interesting things to tell us.
I think Senator Obama has connected in big ways with the country. He's crossed some of the major thresholds when it comes to being taken seriously by the voters. As he enters this next phase now, and we see this race tightening, he's probably going to have to do a little more to demonstrate not only that he can speak about the anxieties that people are facing economically and the concerns they may have about America's standing around the globe, but talk a little more concretely, give people a better sense of who he is and why he's better fit than John McCain to address these issues. I stand by what was written in the magazine. I think spending some time in West Virginia and Kentucky and Michigan and Pennsylvania and Ohio, the parts outside the big cities and the rural areas, walking through counties, walking through small communities, worshiping at small churches, only reinforces this incredible message that he already has, which is defined simply by change. He's made clear, you want 4 more years of what we've had, or do you want to change? I think the majority of Americans, by any objective measure, want to change. But they need to know that the change they're buying, the change that they're bargaining for, the change that they're voting for, is a change that they can relate to.
How does he get the message to people that he's like them without, dressing up in camouflage and going duck hunting and looking inauthentic?
One of the recommendations in the piece, as you recall, was, look, if you don't hunt or fish, don't do that. People will see through that. But there's nothing wrong with going in the community. If the largest employer in a small town happens to be the hospital, go see what it's like to work in that hospital for a day. Spend 4 or 5 hours with a nurse. Spend 4 or 5 hours with someone that cleans that hospital.
What does Senator Obama say when you give him that advice directly, as presumably you have?
Well, I think he is. I think you will see that kind of campaigning from him and Joe Biden. I think the selection of Joe Biden has to comfort many people and many insiders who believe that Senator Obama need to do more of this. Here you choose a fellow who we all know the biography of, Scranton, Pennsylvania, family had money, lost money, is one of the least rich, or should say one of the least wealthy people in the U.S. Senate, still travels home every night to Wilmington, Delaware, has a huge family, loves his family, Roman Catholic. In a lot of ways, his story is a unique American story. And when he talks about cops and firefighters and laborers, people understand that this guy, as my friend and colleague on one of the news stations said, Joe Biden is someone who's maxed out his credit card before and was worried about how to pay the bills. Barack's got to connect on that level. Picking Joe Biden shows that not only he understands that, but that he relates to it. And he's got 2 months to continue to get out and pound this message. Getting out from in front of the huge crowds and getting in front of smaller crowds and touching and listening. When I say touching people and listening to people, touching their stories and understanding their stories, will allow this margin, which is tightened just a bit, which is not to be unexpected, to grow in his favor. But again, the theme of change is on his side.